Once a Bison, always a Bison.
We have heard that the football team is like a big family, and just because you graduate doesn't mean you stop being connected. And today we thought we would have a few more members of the Bison Football Players Association with us to talk a little bit about what this group does. So we have Chad and Chuck with us today. Thank you so much for coming in today. And I just thought a lot of people are not familiar with this group. And in the break you were telling me that you guys are represented all over the country. Maybe you want to start with that.
Yeah, absolutely. We now have 378 members spanning 6 decades, living in 31 states across the country.
That's incredible.
So pretty neat.
Yeah, so I mean, I was obviously very honored. Last season I wore some cleats dedicated to the BFPA, and I know that was kind of a part of your auction and kind of fundraising. Can you just kind of talk about what you guys do with that money and helping out former players?
Yeah, absolutely. We had a banquet. Thank you, Cal, for bringing that up, too. We had a banquet this past winter, brought everybody together, really wanted to raise a little bit of money to help make our association self-sustainable. The ability to, to fund our cause, but then also to pay it forward.
Sure.
So, had a great time. Those cleats went very, very well, so thank you for doing that. Pretty neat.
And Chad, could you talk a little bit about how you guys really continue to help each other out? Because as the years go on, there are different needs in families, whether it's health issues or other things, and you guys are there for each other.
Absolutely, and we started, just to step back, this started down in Frisco. You know, when Kyle and a lot of the teams made it down there, Coach Bull had just a group on Friday of practice of ex-players and current players, and there'd be 200 plus guys there, and it was just incredible camaraderie. And Sean Fredericks and a bunch of the guys decided, hey, we need that back in Fargo to have that kind of feeling, and that was really catapulted the whole program. And we got the platform started, and we've been able to do so many other things. We found out, we're really in our infancy. We're only 3 years old, but like Chuck said, we've got a great following right now, and we've been able to take it to the next step where we can help others. We've had the Phil Osleys, the Wendy Buchel, the Lou Shepherds. There's life happens.
Yeah.
And we've been able to support those guys financially, spiritually, whatever they need to help get them past that point.
Can you put it into words what it is that you're just like, you're bonded forever? Or, I mean, I know you guys spend a lot of time together, classes, practice, games, but like it doesn't stop when you graduate.
No, it doesn't. We've got an incredible group, and I'll go back to that Phil Osley thing. Phil was moving to Colorado. All of his stuff was stored in a moving van, and he passed away, unfortunately. And I called NDSU and Hank Jacobs and said, hey, we need some help. And he sent 13 young Bison over, linemen, big guys, and was able to help the Osley family move into her new home without Phil. And she had no idea who any of these guys were, and they didn't have any idea who she was. But as part of being a Bison family, that's created. And it's a spiritually, we have some faith-based guys in there, and I always tell everyone that, hey, you can't earn your way into heaven, but you can make God smile. Well, I'm certain those guys made God smile that day.
I love it.
Now, Chad, one last note. Can we talk a little bit about this softball game? I know you are on team offense. I am on team defense. How are you feeling about the? I know how I'm feeling. How are you feeling?
I've heard that. There's a rumor that we're going to be playing against each other, but I think it's maybe a little bit of a slap in the defense's face. That they throw a 54-year-old on the offensive team, and then Steve Walker, a 35-year-old. Carson and Cole might be worried that you guys can't put a team together.
You guys might move a little bit better than some of the guys that just graduated a couple of years ago. So I wouldn't worry too much about it. Have you been hitting the cages like I have?
I hit the cages last. Matt Watson took me out, and a former Bison baseball player, and I took some cuts, and it took me 3 days to recover.
I think it's going to be fun. Not only are there a ton of players, former players that are on the rosters, but I think you're going to see a ton of former players in the stands as well. I feel like it's going to be like tailgating in the summertime. Don't you think?
Absolutely.
Can you pregame if you're playing?
I don't think there's a rule that you can pregame anywhere.
There's a tailgate going on. There's got to be one going on, right?
Chuck, Chad, thank you so much for coming in
Thank
and
you
for
for
what
having
you
us.
guys do. It's really a great organization.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Stay with us. Coming up next, well, we still have to talk about health and beauty. So we're going to talk about skincare products, but for men. Are you ready, Kyle?
I'm ready.
Ready for a facial?
I'm ready.